Today we're going to be looking at all my mad hexy projects that I have going on. So stick around if you want to see how I'm getting on and what I'm doing. Hello and welcome to a cookie corner of YouTube where we are hex mad. Yeah, I'm not putting spells on everybody, but I am surrounded by hexagons. Let me go into the ways in which I am expressing myself with these beautiful shapes. So my longest running project is my English paper piece hexagon quilt top. When I started this, I had dreams of making a king-size quilt. This is going to take the rest of my lifetime if I want to do a king-size one. So I've decided I've had to drag it out and I'm going to do a little bit of this. It's in the heat that we've got in the UK at the moment, we are barely moving. So just to sit and stitch a few of these together is just about what I can cope with at the moment heat-wise. So it's all varying colours. It's going to be crazy mad and wild, as you might expect. We've even got monsters on here, look. We've even got monsters, look. So I'm continuing with this because it's been sat at the side of my desk and it's been waiting to have little bits added to. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to do little flowers, like say that's the centre of my flower there, and then all those are the petals. I'm going to take out like a flower or two to complete if I go out somewhere. Hopefully when the weather's not so hot, I want to get out by the sea and just do a little bit of stitching there. So my English paper piece hexagon quilt. I mean, they are tiny little hexagons, if you can see, but they're from all kinds of fabrics. A lot of them from the Cave Facet collection and a lot of scraps that I've got from elsewhere. They make the perfect little hexagon shapes, and I have got the paper backing still in there. But the paper backings, I have to say, are annoying me at the moment. So I know Kate from the Last Homely House keeps all her paper pieces in until the end. Please advise me, can I take them out, or am I advised to follow Kate's lead and just leave them in there until I've got my top all finished? Sylvia, I'm calling on you and anybody else who does quilting. Do you take your paper pieces out or do you leave them in until the last minute? Asking for a friend. Okay, more hexagons. These are much bigger. These are the hexagons that I am doing for Create and Craft with Christine, or with Create and Craft with Christine. She's doing a 52-week hexagon a week, and I might be behind by 1 or 2, but I think I'm about on track for doing my 52 for the whole year. These are going to all go together to make up a topping for your desk when you're working on fabrics. It's quite nice to have something underneath, and I want to make a desk mat. So we've got all kinds of weird and wonderful animals in here. I've got this lion. I've got a little dog there. I don't know if you can see him. I've got a dinosaur. Oh, and a jellyfish. So I've got lots and lots of different crazy little things going on here. I've got a little cat there as well. So this is an ongoing project. This is something simple I can pick up and do in between all the other projects that I'm doing. I do like to have a project or two on the go, but this is mad even for me. But this is on track, so I'm not too worried. That sunshine, he's causing me some aggro this week. Now, I know you're all going to say, yes, Kooky, we know. We're in countries that are hot too. Well, let me tell you, let me tell you about the UK. The UK houses are built to retain heat, and we do not have, as a general rule, we do not have air conditioning. So, in a house that is built to retain the heat with no air conditioning, it is like hell on earth. I literally, and this is the honest truth, got up at 4:30 this morning and came out and sat on the deck outside because I was literally swimming in in just sweat. It was horrible. It was horrible. Horrible, I say. So I thought I've got to cool down somehow. And if there had been a huge chest freezer, believe me, I would have been sat in it. That's enough of my rant about the weather at the moment. I know we Brits are known for talking about the weather and worrying about the weather, but we do get a variation. You know, we get like weird, strange variations, and this is a very weird variation for us. It's the hottest on record. I think these past few days have been the hottest on record, with red alerts for life, safety of life in the heat. Okay, I've done my rant. We're all good. So that is an ongoing project that I have been doing for a while. So that's another of my Hexy projects that I am enjoying. And now on to two more Hexy projects. So this one is something that I've just struggled with for the beginning of today in the heat, trying to get one of these made, just to see if it's a viable thing for me to do. And I think it is. I think I just need to get it all set in muscle memory now so that I can do it. And it's these little knitted hexagons, but they're Kikkopuffs. And this is specifically for, and I am very late to the party on this, it's the Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits. And I think it came out, oh my gosh, probably about 12, 13 years ago. And it's lots of these little hexagons. Now this one is bigger than the one in the Tiny Owl quilts, the Beekeeper's Quilt, because I think hers is, yeah, it's made with sock yarn, so it's smaller. Now I have got more double knitting than sock yarn, so bits that I have left over are generally in double knitting size, so I've upped my size, which has increased the size of the hexagon, which I'm quite happy about. If you can see all the small hexagons I'm surrounded by, it's nice to have one like the one with Christine's, and this one is just slightly bigger to work with. So it is a knitted hexagon puff. It's based on a toe-up sock. That if you know how to make a toe-up sock, it's kind of like the beginning of a sock when you're doing it from the toe upwards. And that's how it starts. And it's worked in the round. So you don't do two hexagons and stitch them together. They are both knitted at the same time. And then you stuff them with a little bit of polyfill and then cast off. I do need to improve on my cast off method, because if you'd have seen me struggling with a crochet hook and 3 double pointed needles, then it would have been a show in itself, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't film it. So I'm going to make this into a quilt. I'm not sure what size yet, but these are the kind of things that you can do as and when. It's an as and when thing, a little bit like my English paper piecing, a little bit like Christine's, but hers has got a timeline on that one. But this one's just going to be, I'm going to make a whole bowl full of little knitted hexagons and then see how far I can get. Look, see, that's not very good edged off there. I need to get that finishing off technique down, but the beginning's nice. Look at that. Look at that. So that's my little hexagon that's proved that I can do this. This particular project has been on my list for a long time, and I eventually bought the pattern this week and thought I'm going to give this a go. So there we go. That's my little pride and joy at the moment. I want to put eyes on him and just hug him. It's very squishable. This quilt is going to be very warm, and not that I want to think of warm at the moment, but it's going to be warm. And on to my last Hexy project that I'm doing at the moment, that is calling to me, would I say? Yes, I would say that. It's these Kikopuffs. Now, bear me out, hear me. These are kind of similar in size to my English paper piece hexagons, but they are kind of quilt as you go. So it involves a little bit of folding and manipulation in order to get your hexagon. And it's also padded at the same time as well. So I think I can go through it here with you. If you want to go and check it out on Kikkopuffs on Instagram, I think she is the person who has put this together, and I am now going to think of a way that I'm going to make this into something. So at the minute, a bit like the English paper peas pieces, I'm making little flowers that I can then attach together like so. The puffs are all separate, and what I'm doing is I'm attaching them just at the corners, so it's quite nice and flexible. I could sew it all the way along, but I don't think it'd be as flexible then. But I don't know, I'm still experimenting. So I've made these 3 already, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to go together, and what I'm going to make. I'm still thinking it's going to be some kind of a quilty, lappy kind of thing. And in the winter, it's going to be very warm again, because this has actually got sheep's wool as the stuffing. So this is going to be nice and warm and beautiful, I hope, for the winter times. But again, it's going to be an ongoing project. So I want to see how many of these little flowery things I can make, and then we'll see how big I can make it. I will now show you how I put one of these together. Mine is a slightly different method to Kikopuff's one, only in the fact that I add in a few extra stitches just because I'm wary about things coming apart. And if you can think of another way to improve these, please just leave me a message in the comments below. But please do go and give Kikkopuff's Instagram a like and you know, just have a love of that, because I'm thinking it's a genius way of putting these together. I've not seen it done before. It may have been done before, and I don't think she has seen it done before, this particular method. So I'm just going to show you now how it all goes, how it all hangs together. So I've got out all the bits I'm going to need for my Kikkopuff. As I say, you really must go and check out her Instagram. Really cool, lots of different ideas of how to put them together as well. So yeah, well worth a look. Right, so this is a 4-inch circle. So obviously 4 inches from there to there. I did do myself a little cardboard template out as well, and I put a hole in the middle, and the reason being is that I would like that to be a guide. I'm going to put my template on the back of the inside of the fabric like that, line them up and make sure that they're all lined up, and I'm going to go through the centre, that little hole there, so I get the perfect centre of my circle. I'm going to come back up again just where that little knot is, and I'm going to go through some of my polyester filling. Now I am using wool in mine, but that's all in a box. So I'll just grab some poly filling to show you how I do it. So once I've got my kind of centraled, it's a little bit fiddly, but you soon get into the flow of it. So I'm going to go in where that is the center. I'm going back up through it like so. Right, now this is the fun part. So I'm going to go out to an edge. It doesn't really matter for the first bit which edge I go out to. I'm going to pull you in a little bit closer. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go probably about 0.5 centimetre in, and I'm going to pull that over there to where my stuffing is. It's starting to come apart. What I do with the wool stuff, and you could do equally with this, is to give it a quick needle felt to keep it held together a little bit. I do find that's a bit of a help. I can find that centre now. Where is it? There it is. See it. So you're kind of eyeballing it. Pull it again. There it is. Make sure my needle's coming out in the centre. I'm going to go back through it again and through the edge of that fabric. And what I'm going to do now is really kind of finger press where that fold is. Like so. Giving it a good pressing. I'm going to go with my needle. See, that's the point. Imagine that's the point of your fabric there. You're going to go 1/2 centimetre through there and pull that through. And I hold my thumb there while I pull it down. It makes a beautiful 1/2 point. Now we'll find out where that centre is again. You can feel it with your finger sometimes, eyeballing it at the minute. So now we've got to come back up. There it is. Doesn't matter if you go slightly off it, as long as you try and reclaim it when you come back through again. I'm going to tuck all that in, keep tucking it in as you go. And I'm going to do another finger press. So finger press really well. If you do your finger pressing well, then that does half the job of keeping it together for you. Another 1/2 centimetre there. Make sure it doesn't catch on all the fabric there. I'm holding my thumb there and pulling it in. You can see. And then I'm going to take it back through to the centre. And it comes back up again. And it's kind of going through all those layers, which helps keep it together. I want to do a little tuck job here, so I'm tucking in my stuffing, making sure I've got enough left at the top end there. I'm going to do another finger press. It's absolute magic, this is. I love this. And I'm going to go 1/2 centimetre, take it through, whoops, and pull that to the centre. Now, I didn't put my thumb in there, so if I put my thumb in there, it tends to keep things all nice and equal. If you've got gigantic thumbs, I'm not sure what to suggest. I'm not suggesting in the world that you have got gigantic thumbs, but okay, so we've got something that looks like that, kind of like a flower. So we're going to do another finger press. Can really give it some welly there if you like as well. Got to come back through to the centre again, forgot that bit. You've got to always come back through those layers. Right, 1/2 centimetre, and keep your not gigantic thumb in place. Don't know why am I, it's the heat. I'm going to blame the heat. Okay, heat is the problem here, not me. No, I'm no problem. I'm pulling it back through and taking it back in through the centre, like so. Right, final tuck. I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to push that filling down, and we've got our own little point going on here. As you can see that. Final one, 1/2 centimetre. Keeping my thumb in, pulling it down. Trying to even it out a little bit. This may not be as accurate as usual because I'm not being so clever with the centre. I usually take my time. I'm just trying to give you a gist of the idea here. So we've got our hexy shape. This one's a little bit out of shape, but honestly, it really does work. It just takes a little bit of time. And once you've got the muscle memory of it, it's all well and good. It's coming up through the centre there. Now, the way I differ from Kikopuffs way, I think that's generally what they're doing. Put some more stitches into the centre bit here to kind of hold it together so that you're going through those layers. But I also do this, so I'll go up there halfway And then I will do a tiny little stitch and take it up to the other side of that one there. This may not be necessary, or it might actually be my saving grace. I don't know. But I'm doing it anyway, because it doesn't alter how I want it to hold. I just think it gives it just an extra bit of support on this edge. So I'm just putting a tiny little stitch in. I'm not pulling it tight when I pull it through either. It's a nice loose, loosey-goosey. Through to that edge. Down there, through to the edge, down there. I think we're coming back to the end now. I'm just going to take it through there one more time, just because. So then, in and out, wrap it round a few times, pull it tight to make a knot, and then lose it into the hex. I promise you this works so much better when it's not so blooming warm. You can get a shape better and be more concentrated on it. Something like that. This is what it ends up like. I mean, this little rogue guy will still work. So I can still layer him up. So yeah, it does work. But it works every time. This is the genius of this. As long as you've got an accurate template where the centre is, you kind of have to draw a few lines to make sure where your centre is, then that's perfect. And your little knot goes straight through there so that you can just take this off. And I'm going to make myself some more of these and put them together. Let me take you back out again. There we go. Because I think it's such a cool idea. And I want to see how far I can get with them. So I'm going to do all little flowers in different shapes. I also did think it'd be nice to make a bowl of some kind for like jewellery at the side of your bed if you want to keep it nice and safe. That might be nice. So you'd probably put another layer of hexagons on it and then join them together at the sides, and you'd have quite a nice little bowl. But I might try that as well. So there you go, a Kikopuff. Go and check out Kikopuffs on Instagram. I don't know if they've got somewhere else that you can check them out as well. Maybe TikTok, not sure. But definitely, they are definitely on Instagram, which is where I saw this. And I thought that is an absolutely genius idea. I'm going to try that one. And I'm very glad I did, because I've got some little flowers. I mean, these in themselves are rather lovely. But on one of the videos that she's done, she's got them done. They're kind of like chemical symbols. I don't know how to describe it. It looks really cool anyway, so go and check them out. Anyway, that's me having some hexy fun on a very, very, very hot day. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please don't forget to show me those thumbs, a like and a subscribe. If possible, please, would be awesome. It really helps the channel. I did have a question on my last video saying how much does it cost to subscribe? The actual answer to that is nothing. It costs you nothing to subscribe on YouTube channels. When you pay, it's usually when it says membership. So if you've got to pay a membership to access certain videos, but subscribing to any YouTube channel is just a way of, it's kind of bookmarking the channel so that you can find it. And also you will get a notification when that channel uploads a new video. So if you're interested in their content, you can go and check it out at any point in time. But it will tell you when a new one's uploaded. It helps us tremendously as YouTube channel proprietors. I don't know if that's a proper word. But it does help us because it gives the algorithm something to work with. It's telling the algorithm that you like the content that's here. The other things that tell the algorithm good things are if you put a comment in the comment section. That's a really good thing to do. Helps with the channel, again, getting it out to other people who might be interested in it. Just comments, likes and subscribes are all wonderful things that you can do that cost you absolutely nothing to support a channel and the person who's making the videos. And we're all supremely grateful when you do any of those things. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my hexy dive into some of my hexagons. can't even say it. Some of my hexagonal projects that are on at the moment. I'll be back here very soon with something else. Bye for now.